Hey guys, how's it going? Random Andrew here. Welcome to another random vlog. I was inspired to come down here and film a little something, more of a local kind of video, as you guys know, and especially huge thank you to those of you in the local St. Thomas Facebook group. You know you grew up in St. Thomas. You guys have been hitting that video, getting the big thumbs up, the likes. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys like the work that I'm trying to produce, documenting some of the changes and just some of the around town locations. Now, where am I today? Oh, by the way, if you haven't gone and checked out all the other videos, I've got nearly 1,000 videos on YouTube. I only have 350 some odd subscribers, so 360 actually now. Would appreciate a lot more subscribers, you know. This is my livelihood. This is what I do, not my livelihood. That's a bad choice of word. This is my hobby. This is my passion. This is what makes me happy. This is why I film. So if you guys can, please make sure you subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. I'm pretty sure you'll like some of it because it's random, hence the name of the channel. But there's everything from RC, exploration, location videos, and just everyday videos. I was trying to do a daily vlog for a year straight, and I found it easier just to keep the videos to when I was inspired, and then I can edit on my own time. So please do check out the other videos. Right here we are today. Big subject in the local Facebook group. You know you grew up in St. Thomas. So I thought maybe you guys might be interested to see this firsthand. There's a lot of speculation about how it looks, the conditions of the ponds, and the reasons why, and we're gonna get to that throughout this video. So join me and you guys. We're all gonna walk around, have a look at how things look right now. To be 100% honest, I'm not really sure where I should start when it comes to this park and showing you guys, or this part of the park. Look at that, just twists its way up. And it's got a memory of plaque. Roy and Dora. So this is actually, this reservoir is more than just a beautiful lake or beautiful body of water to come look at. You guys actually see how low it is right now? Give you an idea, I'm right down in we were down here just after this whole area was underwater. Okay, like it was pretty bad. Oh no, a lonesome little shoe floating in the water right there. But yes, this is really, really, really low. And it explains a lot as to why the lily pads are looking the way they are right now. This reservoir was originally part of the water treatment, the water irrigation facility. Basically, St. Thomas got its drinking water from the waterworks, hence the name Waterworks. That's why it is what it is. I think we're actually kind of fortunate to have it after the public utilities didn't need this park anymore, didn't need the waterworks facility. We're fortunate enough to have it turned into a park afterwards. They didn't need to, but they decided the recreation area was needed, and this was a really beautiful spot to have it. Now there are some people picnicking, so we're not going to go over near that area. There used to be this massive willow. Had to have been at least 8 feet around. It's in this area right around here somewhere. It was gorgeous. So the big problem that everybody's discussing is the lack of water in the lily ponds, and I'll explain something as we're going, and then we'll go over and I'll show you the actual spot. Well, there you have it. The lily pond is a lily mud bed. It's actually really, really low along here. We'll go over the bridges and we'll follow through and show you guys in a minute. But keep this little pipe right here in mind as I explain what I'm about to explain. That pipe right there. So the water level of these lily pads for the longest time was dependent upon the level in the reservoir. And you can see how low they are. Times change, things happen, right? There is actually a lot of blame being put and fingers being pointed in all kinds of directions as to who the responsibility of the water level in these ponds, and saying that some people really let it go and all this stuff, i.e. the city. It's not the city's fault, I'll tell you that right now. This happens. Things change over time. Now, we're gonna get to the dam. The dam is actually the sole thing of what's responsible for this water level, because if the dam can't keep that reservoir at a specific height above the creek level, which is where I'll explain that when we get there. Look at this is all dry right here too. And all this along here. Probably a lot easier to spot the turtles now. Anyhow, the Waterworks Dam is responsible for holding back a certain amount of water in Kettle Creek. It's getting mighty windy here. And there's a pipe that's supposed to be like an overflow for before the dam, and that water would flow into that, come over into the reservoir, which is how they kept a certain amount of water in that reservoir. It's from the dam. And then there would be a pipe that would have connected that reservoir to this. So whatever height the creek is before the dam is what would kind of dictate the height of the water in the reservoir. Whatever the height of the water was in the reservoir would be overflowed into here. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but that might just be the simplest way to kind of explain it. They're not completely dried up, but you gotta remember, we haven't had rain in a long time, and even when we do get rain, this is all gonna be sucked up right away. But here's kind of a good walkthrough of how low this water level really is right now. I'm not going to try and go out and walk in it to show you that it's probably still really soft. But if you think this is bad, it's not the only area in the world that's going through this right now. See him sitting there? There's still life in the water, life in the mud. It's not all gone yet. And I'm not trying to sound critical or telling people don't freak out over it, but like seriously, don't freak out over this. A couple good rainfalls, we'll get some water level back in the Kettle Creek, get some water level back in this reservoir, and hopefully back in the ponds. So this Parks and Rec right now going around cleaning up, doing their thing. But there isn't anything really they can do about all of this. Here's another look at this big old reservoir. Oh, bear with me guys. Another good look at it. Still fish jumping out there. It's extremely low. And this is actually a pretty long length body of water right here. I think this is where we all used to get our drinking water from. And as you come around this end of the pond, this would be the northern end of it. I'll show you a little bit more remnants, showing you signs, like there is signs still to see of this being a public utility thing back in the day, back where we got our water from. Look how low it is. Now if you walk along this trail here right beside the reservoir, see? Reservoir, trail. You will see remnants, and you'll see this whole berm that's built up along the side of it, so that when the flooding on the creek occurred, it didn't bother this. Here is one of those old signs of Public Utility Waterworks from back in the day. Imagine it's probably going down in to access the tunnel that actually lets the water come in through here. I could be wrong, but we're gonna keep going along here. And there's other things to show you. Cross over this berm. So this is Kettle Creek, along just, I guess you could say upstream. Yeah, upstream of the Waterworks Dam. It's a decent level. And this right here would be that overflow pipe. So they control the water level, keep the water up so it's going into this pipe. And believe me, Kettle Creek, when it rains, it swells immensely. A good rain will bring this water up 2 or 3 feet, possibly more, or heavy rain could bring it up as far as 6-7 feet. We've seen it, we've been camping when it's happened. We're upstream of the Dalewood Dam, so that dam actually retains a lot more water than this current eroding dam. So yeah, water comes up, overflows into the pipe, keeps the reservoir topped off, and you could see why that's not happening right now. I mean, even the land around this thing has eroded so far. I don't think there's really much all you could do for that or with that right now. We'll have a look at the dam now. So whether you're new to St. Thomas and you like hearing this history, or whether you've lived here your whole life and you haven't heard any of this stuff before, I'm glad I can at least be able to retain some knowledge or learn a little bit and share it with you guys. This trail is a really beautiful trail too. I mean, if you're into fishing or you just want to come out and hike, this trail is all in through the back of Waterworks. You go in behind the reservoir to the north end of the reservoir, you'll find them. It's a great trail to hike. Remember I was telling you about the berm they built up to keep the water, the overflow water, away from the reservoir itself? Not kidding. WaterWorks Park is called WaterWorks because it was a public utility waterworks. Look it up. I tried before I left the house and I wasn't having luck in researching anything today. But maybe by this afternoon I can look up some older pictures, show you some of what was in that park. I'm pretty sure most of the waterworks part of the park was in the north end of the park too. You'll see what I mean if you ever come down here. Here it is, the dam itself. You can see how low all the water levels are, even after the dam. It's really low. Here again, another part of the utility works, the waterworks. Oh, I might as well show you this. It's a sign warning about giant hogweed or cow parsnip. Just gives you your explanation and what it is. And it says there have been no confirmed, I got it on frame there, it's in red writing. It's no confirmed giant hogweed plants identified in Waterworks Park. I guess a giant hogweed was leaving burns on people. There you go. Wish I could think of a damn joke right now, but I can't think of a damn one. Once again, a huge shout out to Ethan. I'll throw your channel name in right here. Thank you very much, buddy, for letting me use this drone for a while. It's been more than handy, especially if these shots I just recorded turned out. You guys would already know that by now. At this point though, I haven't done any editing, so I don't know. But just wanted to do this quick little video, kind of show you and try and explain for some of the people that don't quite understand why these water levels are like this, the way they are. It's a drought, guys. It's hot. There hasn't been any rain. The dam for retaining the water levels has been let go over the years, but honestly, it only ever existed as a public utility waterworks thing. Now that our water comes from somewhere else, a much better, more reliable, cleaner source, we don't really need to pay the money out to maintain that. Now, if we could get somebody to privately fund the repair of the dam, which I think is damn near impossible, then maybe there could be a difference to be made about this during droughts. I don't know. That may not have made any sense at all, but... And, you know, being grateful that we have this left over after the originations of the public utility waterworks. You know, like, let's just be glad we got this park in the first place. They didn't have to put this in after they got a new source of water. I think I just went in a giant circle and made 0 sense, but it's okay. Don't worry. The ponds will be back. The life will thrive and continue. It's what it does nearly every year. And as our climate does change, and I'm not saying we caused that, I'm not saying it's man-made, climates change. Archaeology has historically proven that our climates have changed so many times on this planet, and they will continue to do so. And no matter how much money we throw at it, carbon taxes ain't gonna change little things like this. The pond will be back, the animals will remain. You watch, you wait, you see, it'll happen.
Just the accolades and agriculture that's going to stay away. And a spot of the company.
So you guys remember this little pipe here that I was showing you? So this is probably part of the overflow setup to bring more water in and just kind of gauge what it would take, like 1.5 feet, 2 feet of water for that to be under, right? And here's the other end of that pipe. And now it won't need quite as much water. This water comes up even 1.5 feet to 2 feet, well, about the same. That pipe will be underwater. Things will flow into the ponds. I'm not quite too sure what the other pipe is. A little hose netty thingy on the end. But that right there, I can guarantee you, is the other end of that pipe we were just looking at. Oh, it stinks down here. We can get out of here. But this water just needs to come up a bit. And those lily ponds will come up a bit. So don't you guys worry. Just look at this little turtle right here and know that the lily ponds will survive. Look at him down there. Just chilling. I think he had something on his back. Alright, we'll leave him be. Don't worry, goosies. No, I'm just filming you, leave me alone. He growled at me just like a cat. Don't follow me, I ain't got no food for you. It's too late to catch it, but you can see the water is wet around it. That black tube just had a lot of water coming out of there a minute ago. So they do have some draining off into here. See, there you go. It appears as though they're doing what they can to try to get this water level up. Like I said, 1.5 feet, that's a lot of water in here. All we really need is some good rain. And where is it? I'm gonna go rescue that shoe. So some of my more observant viewers, my observant subscribers, might notice that sometimes these videos, parts in them, the clips, seem chronologically out of order, which means it might seem like I ended the video in a spot I was at earlier, and that's because I did, but I found something extra I wanted to put in. The bathroom's house, down here, I think there was more buildings over here, could be wrong, but this was where the main pump house was when all this was the WaterWorks Park. And there's a hill, I didn't show it in the video today, but there's a hill further back in to the east side where the lily ponds are. It actually had like a maintenance shed, a garage entrance that went into the hill. I'm betting that's probably all filled in with dirt by now because you can't even tell it was ever there. Also felt like noting that as far to my knowledge knows, this was not always the original entrance to the park. That was. One of these days we'll come down through that way. I'll try and get the bike view, the camera view on the bike. And thanks for watching though. I hope you guys like this little video about the lily ponds in their dried up state right now. But I mean, just type droughts in North America 2018 and you'll see there's much bigger problems than this dried up little lily pads to worry about. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, and we'll see you again real soon. Vlog over.